Hi everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Chocolate Living. Thanks for joining me today. I hope your week has been going well. It is a beautiful day here after some stormy weather yesterday. We didn't actually get any storm. They acted like the earth was coming to an end and we got some much needed rain. But today it is just complete blue skies, about 70 degrees. And as soon as I'm finished with this video, I'm going to get outside. I'm either going to go for a walk or I'm going to lay out there and get a little bit of vitamin D in my backyard. Okay, so as you see from the title, Raw Vegan, the ABCs of this lifestyle, or let me just go ahead and say a disclaimer, the ABCs according to me on this lifestyle, because you just clicked, this is my channel, so I really don't know anybody else, any other way to share than just to share my process. So anyhow, I do videos every day, similar, sometimes on food, sometimes on fitness, sometimes on my meditation practice, sometimes on philosophy. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And when you hit it, click on the little bell and check that box that says send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. So the ABCs of this lifestyle, I'm just going to kind of give you some basics. I'm not going to tell you every single thing I eat, and I'm not going to tell you like how I do everything every single day, but it's pretty simple. There's a plan there. The base of my lifestyle is fruit. Fruit is where the calories come from. So I would say probably, if I was guesstimating, probably anywhere from 70–80% of my calories probably come from fruit. I mostly eat fruit during the day. Now the second component that comes in are greens, the leafy greens in particular. So basically fruit and leafy greens are 99% of the time, that's what I'm eating during the day into the evening. Most of the day starts out, I'm either eating fruit or I'm eating greens, having green smoothies. I try to get as much high water content fruit as possible. Yeah, I would say kind of my base lies in the bananas because, you know, I can always get bananas and, you know, they're just fairly dense. But I'm trying, and I especially have done that the first 3 months of this year. I've been in the mornings when I'm back in Costa Rica, make a point of having plenty of high water content fruits in the morning, you know, papaya, pineapple, mango. So I try to get a variety of fruit. Bananas probably being the bulk of the fruit. I eat a lot of mangoes. What else do I eat a lot of? A lot of pineapple, a lot of papaya. I'm shifting over. You know, as some people know, in another 3 months, I'll be coming back to the States for 3 months, spending 3 months in the States. So probably then a lot of the focus will be on berries and peaches and watermelon and whatever I can find. But okay, anyhow, you kind of get the point on that. Pretty much for me, fruit is the foundation of this lifestyle. And then the greens come in because for me, I need those greens. The greens kind of ground the fruit. You know, I can get really high on the fruit. The greens, they kind of control that a little bit. I get my minerals from the greens. Those leafy greens have mad amounts of protein, calcium, all kind of good stuff. Now, I probably don't get as much as you should. I shoot for trying to get about 1.5 pounds a day, but probably I fall short of that. Okay, so we got the fruit, now we got the leafy greens. Vegetables in general. I just think, you know, like I say, I don't try to study what every vegetable brings to the table and what vitamin and mineral and what particular thing every vegetable does. I just try to get a wide variety. I try to get a lot of colors. I like to get my beets in there, although I haven't been eating a lot of beets lately. Carrots in there. So, you know, you've got that rainbow. You're eating the rainbow. You've got your tomatoes. You've got your reds, your greens, your oranges, a little bit of everything. And this kind of comes from the approach that's talked about in the book Whole by T. Colin Campbell. Instead of people you know, like chasing around and worrying exactly about specific nutrients. Oh, am I getting enough of this? Oh, I have to eat this every day because this has the minerals of this and I need to eat one of these and I need to eat blah, blah, blah. That book and T. Colin Campbell in general just talks about focusing more on if we're eating, well, I'm going to take it a little bit further into over into the raw vegan thing. I just believe like if we're eating enough calories, if we're eating sufficient calories for our body size and our energy requirements and about, you know, for how active we are, if we're eating our proper calories and we're getting a wide variety, we're going to mostly be getting what we need every day. Now, that doesn't mean everything. Um, you After the fruits and the greens, we need some healthy fat. I try to keep a low fat diet on this raw vegan lifestyle. And I go up, I'm not fanatic about it. I'm kind of tightening that down again, but yeah, we do need good sources of fat. I like to have the avocados. One thing for me, I will talk about the fats here because everybody's always asking questions. It's almost like they're asking permission, and you can do whatever you want to do, but I generally keep my, when we're talking in the arena of the omega 6s, I try to keep my fats to stuff like avocados and coconut. I do have some tahini and stuff like that, but in general, I don't go crazy on these nuts. I just see so many raw vegans just eating mad amounts of nuts. Nuts, 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 nuts. Excuse me. And that's the problem I see with so many on this raw vegan lifestyle is the fats, and they're getting them from the nuts because I don't know if they just don't know like how much fat are in nuts or if that's just their thing. And I kind of suspect, like I say, because they've been kind of brainwashed with this whole raw is law mentality, raw is everything. If we go above the holy temperature of 118, all of a sudden your food's going to explode or something in your stomach, that people are making poor choices. People are sacrificing health just so they can stay raw, so they can be raw, so they can be part of the cool kids club. Hey, I'm 100% raw. I've been raw for 341 days, 18 hours, and 16 minutes. When that don't mean shit to me. I'm sorry. Like you're 100% raw and your streaks, I'm sorry, they don't mean anything to me. Unless, now don't get me wrong, I'm not throwing shade on anybody. There's people out there that do fully raw. Nothing against fully raw. Let me always reiterate that because not everybody's watched every video. I'm not throwing shade on people that are fully raw. I'm throwing a little bit of shade on people that are preaching and harping on fully raw above everything all the time, because you ain't doing yourself any favors just because you're being raw, fully raw, when you're eating a ton of nuts. I see people that talk about raw all day, and they share a lot of stuff. And I don't know, I guess maybe they don't realize other people out there can put two and two together, but they're talking all this raw stuff and they're talking like they're experts on things. And almost everything they're sharing at night always has something that includes nuts. Now, once again, I'm not saying nuts are bad. I'm not even saying, hey, there's probably a way you can use nuts every single night in a certain proportion. But come on, we all know these certain things when we see these recipes that call for a cup of soaked cashews and another type of nut. Sometimes I've seen stuff with cashews and sunflower seeds in there. And hey, you'll go back through some of my videos. Like there's some fun recipes. There's some exceptions. There's some splurges that I will do, that other people will do. But I'm talking on a regular basis. I'm not talking about like a once in a while thing. So yeah, the fat. I would say try to keep it. Try to keep it low. Try to keep it around 10%, maybe even as high as 15%. I'm not a fanatic. You don't have to stay on one number, but just don't go overboard on that fat. Another part of the ABCs for me that I talked about in a really recent video as I'm trying to fill in the gaps is paying attention to the omega-3s, your ratio of your omega-3s or your omega-6s to your omega-3s, and good sources of things like that are, well, the flax is the best. Ground flaxseed is the best, with chia coming in behind that, and then hemp seeds probably coming in third on that, or there may be some other sources besides the seeds. So fruit, greens, wide variety of vegetables, lower fat. Let's say lower fat because the word low will intimidate people sometimes. Let's say lower fat, paying attention to get your enough of your omega-3s. Let's see, what else? I supplement. I don't pay attention to it enough, though. I do supplement vitamin B12. Somebody asked me about that recently. And I left my B12 down in Costa Rica. matter of fact. So as soon as I get back down there, I'll start again. And it's probably about time I can go into a pharmacy in Costa Rica. It's easy. All you do is just walk into the pharmacy and tell them you want to get a B12 shot. So I'll probably get a couple of B12 shots this next 3-month period, and then take the B12 that I have there, the tablets, and then when I come back for the summer, I'll stock up on some supplements again. Vitamin D, the sun, getting out in the sun. I don't know. I don't really know my feelings on all the vitamin D supplements and the vitamin D in various foods or whatever. So you will honestly have to look to some other YouTuber or somebody else or some other source of information on vitamin D that is not from the sun. Fortunately, down in Costa Rica, I'm in a place where I can get plenty of sun. I'm hoping, being here in the States for 3 months, in the summer months, that I will at least be able, I'm going to stock up for the next 3 months. Now, I haven't found out exactly how long you can store your vitamin D. I've been given some resources, and I've read a few things that leads me to think maybe you can store for about 2 months. So if I can stock up and get a lot of vitamin D over the next 3 months, regular daily vitamin D, and then I think I should, in the 3 months I'm here, be able to get enough to keep it going. I may not get a ton while I'm here, but I'll have, maybe get out there 3 or 4 days a week. So, and then staying hydrated. I probably always fall a little bit short on that too, but staying hydrated. And then those things right there, that's pretty much it. We don't have to complicate this lifestyle. I really want to just kind of harp on the whole simplification of this lifestyle and just not getting into these whole processes of looking for 1,000 recipes and getting too much into, we want to know the whys, but you don't have to be like that little, get why, and you answer them, why? Why? Well, you don't have to know every single reasoning behind every single thing. Watch what other people are doing. See who's thriving. See how the people that are thriving are eating. But let's just kind of simplify this lifestyle, and that's why I wanted to do this video today. Just kind of talk about the basics of how I do it. And anybody else that does it differently, am I going to get mad at you? No. Do your thing, boy. Nothing but love for you. That's a little riff from a song. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And I guess this is the end of the week. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Love you and see you tomorrow. Peace.